I came across a guy who was 14 years old and he was making, $3,000 a day. And I was making, what this kid was a day within a couple months, But again, we're going to work really closely. The biggest thing is, which I'm sure Jerry explained, is I'm going to use, I've been in the marketing space, specifically like direct response marketing. So not running an agency, not working with like clients per se, right? I did that a long time ago. And then I switched when I saw I didn't like trading my time for dollars, like my hours for dollars, essentially. So I saw there was limited scale in it. And listen, I guess you can grow a big business if you put a team underneath you. And this was before AI, right? So with AI and some agents, you could probably do a lot more with that business now. But me personally, when I did this, back in the early to mid to late 2000s, when I really made the shift, I was just kind of burnt out of working with clients. I was doing marketing, web design. I was kind of like doing all of it for them as their right-hand guy with all the marketing stuff and the other stuff. And then I kind of put that piece in. I said, wait a sec, I have all these skills. I came across a young guy. I wrote a post and then Jerry sent it on an email, but I came across a guy who was 14 years old and he was making, $3,000 a day. And I was like, wait a second. I have these skills and I'm in my 20s and how's he making so much more than me? And I have all these clients and I'm just grinding, right? So I literally burnt the boats from that night. I remember it was at night and I just literally said, I'm going to figure that out. And what I remember back from then is I just went like full force. My focus was only on that, like almost to the detriment of my clients, unfortunately, which, looking back, kind of shitty because I had all these clients, but they were calling me at all hours. And like, I was just like, yeah, no. And I just kind of like put them on the back burner and ignored them. Looking back, a little shitty, but it's what I needed to do at the time to get where I needed to go. And then things accelerated very, very rapidly. I mean, I was making, what this kid was a day within a couple months, I was doing 3,000 a day. Yeah. Well, I saw that kid that was doing 3,000 a day. So that opened up my mind and said, wait a sec, he's doing it better than me. And he's a little kid. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I have all these skills. I've been doing this. At that point, I've been doing web designs and marketing for years. Right. And I'm like, what the hell's, how do I get more leverage? How do I get more out of my time? And I just went all in. And what he was doing was essentially using all his marketing skills, which he was really good at, obviously. And then just sending them to affiliate offers. No clients, no anything, no delivery ability, no support, just literally money in, money out.
Only affiliate.
He was doing straight affiliate offers. And that's what I did also too, right away. I just went straight to that initially. And then scaled it up quickly because I would get paid from these affiliate networks and partners. And I built those relationships and I would get paid as long as you're doing volume. The general rule of thumb is if you're doing over $1,000 in revenue in a week, they'll pay you every single week. Right. So I had a credit card. I slapped that thing down. I said, I'm going to figure this out. I started buying ads, and sending it to affiliate offers. Lost some money the first couple of days, lost, I think I started $100 a day. First day, I was like, all right, I see this is not working. I lost maybe 50, but I made 50 back. And I was like, okay, I'm 50 in the hole. Made some tweaks, woke up the next morning, made some tweaks, let it run another $100 a day that day. Okay. Now I only lost 80. Now I made 80 back and I spent 100. Getting closer. And within a few days, I was profitable. I was break even then profitable through an affiliate network called Azoogle. They were from back in the day. It wasn't ClickBank. ClickBank won't pay you fast enough. Maybe they will, but I've never done significant volume with them. So this was one. There's a whole bunch of affiliate networks that most people don't know about. There are a lot of my friends at this point. They run the networks, but up and coming those early days, it was a relatively new thing. And I just work with all these different ones. What's one? Ads for Dough is one, run by a guy named Jason Akatif. He's one that I became very good friends with. He was an affiliate at the time. There's just so many of them. I could give you a list if you ever want to, if you want to do affiliate stuff. But essentially, I would build a relationship with them. I would just say, what offers do you have? And I was running dating initially, and I would just make sure that they got paid, put it on my credit card. Especially once I knew I was close to getting profitable, I would just put it on my credit card and then get paid every week. Pay down the credit card, scale it up, and do it again. My biggest constraint, because I had it profitable within days, my biggest constraint to scaling to $500 a day was, well, past that actually. I was already making that in profit, and that was all within the first month. And then I was like, shit, my $10,000 credit card is not enough to scale. So I got, again, I got them paid weekly, and then I just you just scraped and pulled up all the money I could, because you don't want to shut a machine off that's printing you money, right? So it can go really fast. That's the point of the story, is like, I see how fast it can go if you get things right, many years, man. I probably did that for strictly affiliate stuff for probably about the first 10 years. So right around 2000, from 2007 is when I made that switch and got heavy into it, all the way up to probably around 2017. I still do there's some light campaigns that have just never died that I have working and making me money, but I don't spend a lot of my time now running to affiliate offers. Reason is, it's an amazing cash flow business. I mean, I scaled that within a few months. I don't know the exact time frame, but let's just say 6 months back in 2007. I was all of a sudden making $10,000 a day in profit. So $300,000 a month, more than most people make, a year. So it can be very lucrative, but it's a cash flow business. Nothing wrong with it. I just didn't, I loved it at the time, and I didn't even know any better. But these days I try to use my things on things that I can grow, grow my own businesses and partner businesses, but where I'm equity partner and different things like that, more than just running affiliate stuff, and to be honest, it's also gotten harder, more challenging over the years, because of, back then there wasn't as many devices. So now everybody has multiple devices, right? You go from your phone to your iPad, to your phone, to your laptop, to your computer. And it breaks some of the tracking in affiliate marketing. Yeah, I lost attribution and I lost money, because then most affiliate networks, they're going to pay you on first click attribution, right? Or last click attribution. So if I sent a click and they convert, yeah, I'm going to get my money. But if not, if it takes them 3 weeks and they happen to click somebody else's link, I'm not going to get paid. Usually the cookies are 30 days long, right? Okay. So I still know guys making tons of money with it. Don't get me wrong. It's still very doable. I just wanted to build other things and more value. So I pivoted to building my own lead gen offers, right? That's what I kind of did right around 2015, 16, 17. Scaled those up, and then I had lead buyers, and I owned the offer more. I wanted to own more of the offer, not just send the clicks to somebody else's offer where I didn't control the landing page and the offer. I wanted to own the whole thing. And that's what I did. Does that make sense? So there's still a lot of opportunity, but and again, I'm a big Bitcoiner too. Bitcoin wasn't around then. If I had Bitcoin then, I understood Bitcoin. It was around. I just didn't quite yet understand it. I would have been probably stick with the scaling and the cash flow, but I would have been dumping it into Bitcoin myself, because I understand that asset very well and I know where it's going. It's going to $10 million a coin at some point. So you can get the benefits of having a real business just with the cash flow business, because now you have something that accrues and holds the value and increases in value, right? Does that make sense? I didn't then. I started getting into Bitcoin in early 2017, and then I started to put into Bitcoin, yes. But my point is, I wouldn't have shifted so far away from affiliate marketing and the cash flow business that I had if I understood what I knew about Bitcoin then, because then I would have just focus on as much cash flow as I could and dump it into Bitcoin, me personally, right? Because I know the asset very well. I know where it's going. I think it's the safest asset in the world myself, right? It takes a lot of studying to get to that point. But at the time, I didn't understand it and I hadn't bought it yet before 2017. And I was like, well, I'm making good cash flow, but I want more. I want to build something that I don't have to go start new campaigns, go optimize new campaigns on a daily basis. That makes sense?
Okay.
So yeah, so the point of that story is really just to say, it can go really fast, especially coming from where you are. Like you can bounce back really fast with the skills that I'm talking about, which is understanding offers, marketing, and using them in the right way with the right leverage. Right. So that's what let's try to do that here for you and your business for sure.